والسلام على من لا نبي بعده صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وسلم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. أما بعد, inshallah, this will be the fourth narration, the fourth hadith we'll be taking a look at in the explanation, commentary of the book Umdatul-Ahkām by Sheikh Muhammad bin Salih Al-Uthaymin rahimahullah rahmatan wasi'ah. Al-Hadith al-Rabi', the fourth narration. عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه, from Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال, that the Prophet said, إذا تودأ أحدكم فليجعل في أنفه ماء. Whenever any one of you performs ablution, then he should make sure he puts water in his nose. ثم لينتثر. Then after that, he should spray out the water, and he should eject the water from his nose. وَمَنْ اسْتَجْمَرَ, and whoever cleans himself with either stone, leaf, and something related to that. Yani istijmar is a process whereby you cleanse yourself without water. Istinja is when you cleanse yourself with water. Istijmar is when you use pebbles, leaves, and some things related to that. فَلْيُوتِرْ, then you should make sure what he uses is an odd number. Yani, if you are using pebbles, then you should use 3 stones or 5 stones or 7 stones. وَإِذَا اسْتَيْقَظَ أَحَدُكُمْ, and whenever any one of you wakes up مِنْ نَوْمِهِ, from sleep, فَلْيَغْسِلْ يَدَيْهِ, then he should make sure he washes his hands قبل أن يدخلهما في الإناء ثلاثا, before he placed his hands in the bowl of water 3 times. فإن أحدكم لا يدري أين باتت يده, because verily any one of you don't know where his hand was when he was sleeping. وفي لفظ لمسلم, and in the riwayah of Muslim, in the narration of Muslim, في Sahih Muslim, فليستنشق بمنخريه من الماء, he should make sure he performs istinshaq. Istinshaq is whereby you sniff the water into your nose, then you eject it. منخريه is your 2 nostrils. من الماء. طيب. وفي لفظ, and what is this trying to say in essential, in summary? It is man tawadda'a falyastanshik. Anyone who performs ablution, then he should make sure he performs istinshaq. I've already explained istinshaq. Asharhu, the explanation. Al-Rawi, the narrator, Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu, sabaqat tarjamatuhu fil hadith raqmi 2. We've already talked about Abu Hurairah, his short biography in hadith number 2. Alif. Mawdu' al-hadith, the main theme of the hadith, the topic of the hadith. Bayanu shay'in min anwa'i at-tahara, explanation and clarification of a certain thing from the type of purification. Sharh al-kalimat, explanation of the words. إذا تودع شرع في الوضوء, that is, it starts to perform wudu. So shar'a can mean 2 things. Shar'a can mean when you embark on something, when you start something, and shar'a can also mean when you legislate something. So shar'a, when you embark or start something, its masdar is shuru'un. طيب. فَلْيَدْعُ, that is, he should place. وَاللَّامُ لِلْأَمْرِ, that is, the students of Arabic will understand this very well. So the lam there is lam al-amr. So when you use lam al-amr together with we use it with muqtarinan bil mudari. We use it together with mudari, the present tense. Then tufid al-amr, then it indicates amr. وَالْمُرَادُ بِالْوَدْعِ, and what do we mean by placing the water? al-istinshaq, that is, you should perform istinshaq. We've already explained it. Istinshaq, sniffing the water into your nose and then ejecting it out. كما يفسره اللفظ كما يفسره اللفظ الثاني في مسلم. Just like we explained, just like the narration of Muslim in Sahih Muslim explained it, whereby it goes first, فَلْيَسْتَنْشِكْ بِمَنْخَرَيْهِ مِنَ الْمَاءِ. That is, it should perform istinshaq with his, it should sniff water into his two nostrils, and that is performing istinshaq. وَقَدْ ذَكَرَهُ الْمُؤَلِّفُ لِهَذَا الْغَرْضِ. And the mu'allif, that is, the mu'allif we are talking about now is the one who compiled Umdatul-Ahkām, not Sheikh Al-Uthaymin. So that is, the mu'allif, Sheikh Abdul Ghani Al-Maqdisi, he has mentioned this. He has mentioned the riwayah of Muslim لِهَذَا الْغَرْض for this purpose, so that we can understand much better. ثُمَّ لِيَنْتَثِرُ, that is, لِيُخْرِجَ مِنْ أَنْفِهِ الْمَاءَ, that is, he should eject from his nose the water. الَّذِي إِسْتَنْشَقَهُ, that is sniffed into his nose. وَاللَّامْ لِلْأَمْرِ, and this lam again, it is for command, that is, it indicates an imperative tense. استجمر تمسح في قبله أو دبره بالجمار, that is, he should wipe and cleanse himself, that is, either his front private part or the back private part بالجمار, that is, with things like pebbles or leaves, much by that the Sharia permitted. So dung and bones are not allowed. طيب. وهي الحصى, نعم, طيب, that is pebbles, ليزيل ما عليهما من أثر البول والغائط, in order to stop and to eliminate what is on the two, that is, the front private part and the back private part, من أثر البول, from traces of urine والغائط and traces of feces. فليوتر فليجعل استجماره وترا ثلاثا أو خمسا, that is, it should make his istijmar, that the cleansing with the pebbles, it should make it 3 times. So obviously you may ask, why not once? Because 1 is also odd, but because it is very rare for you when you are using stuff like this to cleanse yourself completely just once. It is nearly impossible. So and it is very, very obligatory to make sure that the area is properly cleansed. So that's why it has to start from thalathan, that is 3. So thalathan or khamsan, or 5 times, or sab'an, or 7 times. حسب ما يحصل به الإنقاء يحصل به الإنقاء. So whatever number you can achieve total cleansing with. Walam lil amri, and this lam again indicates commandment. فليغسل اللام للأمر, again this lam indicates commandment. والغسل التطهير بالماء. So فليغسل, it means that is to wash. والغسل, and غسل, so غسل is like the masdar, the verbal noun of يغسل. So التطهير بالماء, that is to wash with water. So this time around, so we are not saying that we can use istijmar, like that is using pebbles. So we only meant water here. Istayqadha intabaha, that is to be awake and cautious, to be at alert, to be fully awake. Al-ina'u, what do we mean by al-ina', the bowl? Al-wi'a'u, that is a vessel. So actually it is in the Quran. When the people of Yusuf alayhi salam approached his brothers and said they've lost something. Subhanallah. I want to remember the verse. So they said, نفكر سؤال مالك ولمن جاء به علم حلم بعين وأنا به زعيم لطاء الله. قالوا فما جزاؤه إن كنتم كاذبين قالوا جزاؤه من وجد في رحله فهو جزاؤه كذلك نجزي الظالمين. نعم. فبدأ بأوعيتهم قبل وعاء أخيه. So أوعية is the plural. So the Allah says فبدأ بأوعيتهم. They started with the verses, the backs of the others. قبل وعاء أخيه. That is before they searched Benjamin, that is Bunyamin, is back. طيب. والمراد هنا إناء الماء, that is a bowl of water الذي يتودأ به, that ablution is performed with. أو كل إناء فيه سائل من ماء أو غيره, or any bowl that it is found in it sa'ilun. So sa'ilun right here doesn't mean a questioner. So this sa'ilun is ism fa'il for sala, So we have sa'ala, sa'ilun. Then we have sala, sa'ilun. That is, sala is when something flows, liquid, when a liquid flows. So sa'ilun, so any liquid, min ma'in, so the liquid can either be water or غيره, or something other than water. ثلاثا مفعول مطلق. So مفعول مطلق, that is, it emphasizes much more on the number of the purification that is to be done. ليغسل. نعم. طيب. أو أي ثلاث غسلات, that is, it is to be washed 3 times. فإن أحدكم لا يدري, that is, لا يعلم, والجملة, that is, none of you knows. والجملة, and the sentence تعليل للأمر بالغسل ثلاثا, that is, it indicates the hikmah, the reason why the hands should be washed 3 times before being dipped into the bowl of water. باتت يده كانت حين نومه, that is, where his hand was during his sleep, because the hand may have touched something impure that may have rendered the water in the inner impure and invalidate it for wudu. فليستنشق فليجذب الماء بنفسه إلى باطن أنفه, that is, he should inhale, he should sniff the water with his breath into inside of his nostril. Walam lil amr, and this lam again indicates commandment. بمنخريه بفتح الميم والخاء, that is, the mim as fatha and then the kha as fatha, because we can also say بمنخريه وبفتح الميم والكسر, or sometimes it can be منخريه. نعم. طيب. وبضمهما, and it can also be منخريه جميعا. وهما ثب أنفه, that is, the 2 nostrils. جيم الشرح الإجمالي. من كمال الشريعة الإسلامية وعنايتها بالطهارة, from the completeness of the legislation of Islam and its total care, its great concern when it comes to purification, أنها استوعبت جميع أنواع الطهارة المكملات لها, that is, it makes sure it encompasses all forms of purification that can ensure the completeness of the purification we engaged in. وفي هذا الحديث, and in this narration, يرشد النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, the Prophet, he points, it directs إلى 3 أنواع في كمال الطهارة والاحتياط لها. It directs and points to 3 types of purification in order for the purification to be complete, wal-ihtiyat laha, and to make sure it is encompassing, it covers everything it's supposed to cover. Al-awwal, the first one, fi takmili taharati al-wajhi fil wudu'i, that is to ensure the completeness of purification of the face when performing ablution. Bi an yastanshiqa al-ma'a, that is in order that is to sniff in water, to sniff in water and eject it. أي يذهبه بنفسه إلى داخل أنفه, that is to sniff it into the inside of his nose, his nostrils. ثم ينثره إلى خارجه, that is to eject it out. ليطهر بذلك داخل أنفه, that is to make sure it purifies the inside of his nose. الثاني, the second one, في الاستجمار, that is when you purify yourself with pebbles. وهو التمسح, and it is cleansing, wiping, fil kubuli wa duburi, the front private part and the back private part, li izalati athari al kharij, in order to eliminate traces of excretion, maybe urine or feces from the front or back private part. Fa kamaluhu an yaqta'ahu ala witrin, and the best thing to do is to use it in odd numbers, yani the pebbles. فَإِذَا أَنْقَى بِثَلَاثِ, and if the private parts is cleansed properly with three pebbles, اقتصر عليها, then it doesn't need to go further. وَإِنْ أَنْقَى بِأَرْبَعِ مسحات, and if it is cleansed, the private part is cleansed with 4 wipings, زَادَ خَامِسَةً, then it will increase it and make sure it is that is the cleansing becomes 5. That is, it should use 5 pebbles. It should cleanse it 5 times in order to make it witri. وهكذا نعم ليكون منتهاه الوتر كما هو الشأن في كثير من الأمور الشريعة أن تنتهي على وتر. So that the last wiping will be in odd number, just as it is in majority of the affairs of the legislation of Islam, yani to end in odd number. For example, when we are performing our tarawih or tahajjud, so we end it with one rak'ah. So قبل الفجر قبل طلوع الفجر الصادقة, before the second Fajr comes out. الثالث, the third one, في غسل اليد بعد القيام من النوم, that is washing the hand after rising up from sleep, قبل إدخالها في إناء الماء, before it is dipped into the water, وشبهه من الساحلات, or anything that relates, that is comparable to this, من الساحلات, from anything that contains, from any bowls that contain water or any liquid. أمر صلى الله عليه وسلم بغسلها ثلاثا. So the prophets commanded that the hand should be washed 3 times. وبين حكمة ذلك, and he explained the reason for this, بأن النائم, because the one who is sleeping, لا يدري أين باتت يده, because he doesn't know where his hand was while he was sleeping. فوائد الحديث, the benefit of this hadith. طلب استنشاق الماء إلى داخل الأنف, the Sharia seeks for us to sniff the water into our nose and eject it out. ونثره منه في الوضوء, and to eject it out while performing ablution. ومحله قبل غسل الوجه, and the time for this is before we wiped the whole face, before we wash the whole face. وهو من تمام غسله, and this from the completeness of his of the washing of the face. فيكون فرضا كغسل الوجه, and it will be obligatory just like the washing of the face. The second one, طلب قطع الاستجمار على وتر, that is the Sharia seeks for us to perform istijmar in with odd numbers of wipings with pebbles. وَلَوْ أَنْقَى بِدُونِهِ, even if the private part becomes cleansed with an even number, we should still increase it to make sure it is odd number. But this is actually mustahab. This is encouraged. It is not obligatory. Wal wajib al-inqar, because the obligatory thing when it comes to purifying is that it should be properly cleansed, either with odd number or even number. But the best, which is mustahab, is to let it be in odd number. So that's why the sheikh said zada khamisa. Even if it is cleansed with 4 wipings, then it should still increase it to 5. The third one, طلب غسل كفي القائم من النوم 3 مرات. That is, the one who is sleeping, who rose from his sleep, should wash his hands 3 times. قبل أن يدخلهما إناء الماء, before he dipped it into the bowl of water, وشبه من السائلات, or something related to that. The fourth one, أن الحكمة في ذلك كون النائم لا يدري أين باتت يده. And the hikmah, the reason for this is the one who is sleeping, who rose up from his sleep, he doesn't know where his hand was while he was sleeping. The fifth, حسن التعليم النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, the best manner of teaching of the prophets, حيث ربط الحكم ببيان حكمته ليزداد المكلف إيمانا به, whereby he connected the ruling together with the clarification and explanation for the reason, in order to increase the one who is performing the act imanan, in terms of iman, in terms of his faith. ويتبين بذلك سمو الشريعة وكمالها, and the loftiness, the eminence of the legislation of Islam, it becomes clear and becomes openly clarified, and also its completeness. The last one, Kamalu Shari'ati, the completeness of the Sharia al-Islamiyya of Islam, bil inayati bit tahara, with its great concern for purification, wal ihtiyat laha, and in order to make sure it encompasses everywhere that's supposed to be purified. If there's any question, please, you can drop it in the comment box. Inshallah, I will try to answer. Tayyib, if I don't know it, alhamdulillah, we always have our scholars to go to for istifsar and bath. Wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdik. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.